Good. Max. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to services at B'nai Zion. It is Shabbat morning service. I'm going to tell you the truth. We don't usually have this many people. We don't usually sit in this room for Shabbat services, but we are doing this because you came because you love these two, and we love them very much too, and we appreciate that. It is a wonderful day to be celebrating together, celebrating Shabbat, and celebrate Grayson and Mackenzie. Mackenzie and Grayson's becoming bat mitzvah. I was told that yesterday. I always said Mackenzie and Grayson, so now I'm going to try to remember to just mix it up a bunch. I don't know. I have identical twin cousins, and they used to get picky about that, so the girls have never been picky about that with me. If it's the first time that you've been here, then welcome. We have recently renovated our sanctuary, so in many ways these are kind of firsts for us also. What the place looks like and how we run things in this space is new and unusual. Let me point out that, yes, this wall looks like the Western Wall in Jerusalem, and it's made of stone from Jerusalem. That's one of the cool things here that we hope that you kind of appreciate. This is a tree of life. The prayer books in front of you come in two different colors, so if you're sitting next to someone with a dark colored book, it's going to go the opposite direction. It's going to open as if it were a Hebrew book. The light colored books open as if they're English books. If you open to any page, you will see that it's mostly in English. And all you have to do is follow along, and so if you're lost, someone near you will help you. But I think you'll get it. We try to make this a user-friendly service. I also wanted to point out that the service is being live streamed. That thing above the exit sign that looks like R2D2 is a streaming device. So people are watching it now who couldn't be here with us today. Hi, good morning. We are going to begin our service Every beginning of the service is supposed to be with words that inspire us to worship. So while they're getting ready to breathe and start their part of the leading of the service, I invite you to turn to page 102 as we get inspired for our worship service. Told you, mostly English, see? God of dawn and dusk, open my eyes to the beauty of the world and its goodness. Let me be the servant of your peace, which brings all life together, the love of mother and child or children, the loyalty of friends, and the companionship of animal and human. As I awaken to the world you have made, I know this harmony again and your presence in it. With all creation, I respond with praise and give thanks to your name. Amen. Eternal God, thank you for our gift of hope, our strength in times of trouble. Beyond the injustice of our time, its cruelty and its wars, we look forward to a world at peace, when men and women deal kindly with each other, and no one is afraid. Every bad deed delays its coming. Every good one brings it nearer. May our lives be your witness, so that future generations bless us. May the time come, as the prophet taught, when the Sun of Righteousness will rise with healing on its wings. Help us to pray for it, to work for it, and to be worthy of it. We praise you, O God, the hope of Israel. We thank you, O God, for this time of prayer, when we become conscious of your presence and place before you our desires, our hopes, and our gratitude. This consciousness, this inner certainty of your presence, is our greatest blessing. God, bless our worship this day. May the gleams of your light, the visions of your truth, which bless us here, abide with us when we go out into the world, keeping us steadfast in loyalty to you and your commandments.
Amen.
We now continue on page 108 as we begin the worship part of our service, and Grayson and Mackenzie will help you by leading you in worship. We on, Max? Thank you. On?
Mine isn't.
Are you on?
Yeah.
They're on. Now
They're
you're on.
on. Yikadavi
Vikadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'amali Vrakute, Biamik Mahute, Bechayechon, Uvionechon, Uvchayevho Ben Yisrael. Ba'agala, Ba'agala, Uvizman Kariv, Bimeru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach, Le'alam U'almei Olmaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yifar, V'yishoma, V'yinaseh, V'yihadar, V'yaleh, V'yalol, Shemei Krisha, Brechu, Leila Michol, Verata, Shirata, Tushlecha, Emata, Dami Rambioma, Veyeru.
Amen.
Baruch et Adonai, HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. Your mercy makes light to shine over the earth and all its inhabitants, and your goodness renews day by day the work of creation.
How manifold are your works, O God! In wisdom you have made them all. The heavens declare your glory, the earth reveals your creative power. You form light and darkness, bring harmony into nature and peace to the human heart. We praise you, O God, creator of light.
Deep is your love for us, abiding your compassion. From of old we have put our trust in you, and you have taught us the laws of life. Be gracious now to us, that we may understand and fulfill the teachings of your word.
Enlighten our eyes in your Torah, that we may cling to your mitzvot.
Unite our hearts
To love and revere your name. We trust in you and rejoice in your saving power, for you are the source of our help. You have called us and drawn us near to you in faithfulness. Joyfully we lift up our voices and proclaim your unity, O God. In love you have called us to your service.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kevod Malachuto, Leolam Va'ed. Va'ach. Oh.
It's okay.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha ayan alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha divrata bam b'shivtecha v'reitecha u'etecha v'derech u'shoftecha u'vekumecha u'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha u'tavtam al mizizah beitecha u'visharecha Leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai likem kedashim le'elohem ani Adonai Elohem asher utzeitem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lahem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohem Adonai Elohem.
You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words, which I command you this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand.
Let them be symbols
before your eyes.
Inscribe
them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God.
Eternal truth it is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May all the world rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares.
Let them beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation. Let them study war no more.
You shall not hate another in your heart. You shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Let the stranger in your midst be to you as native, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage we went forth to freedom, so let all be free to sing with joy. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nurat tehilot osef ele, shira chadasha, shimchu geuli l'shimcha. שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו, והמליכו, ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
O Rock of Israel, rise up to Israel's help. Our Redeemer is God Most High, and the Holy One of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel.
Adonai sifatai titach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor, HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, Ve'zochei Hasei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shmo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Mashir Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah.
Eternal is your might, O God. All life is your gift. Great is your power to save. With love you sustain the living. With great compassion give life to all. You send help to the falling and healing to the sick. You bring freedom to the captive and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, mighty one, author of life and death, source of salvation? We praise you, O God, the source of life.
We sanctify your name on earth, even as all things, to the ends of time and space. Proclaim your holiness, and in the words of the prophet we say,
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech kol haaretz kivodo.
Source of our strength, sovereign God, how majestic is your name on earth.
Baruch Kivod Adonai Mimkomo.
You alone are our God and our Creator. You are our ruler and our helper. And in your mercy, you reveal yourself in the sight of all living.
Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion,
לדור ודור, הללויה.
To all generations, we make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Baruch atah Adonai, El HaKadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת מקדשי שביעי שבת כולם ישמעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת קוראי עונג שבת והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת זכר למעשה בראשית שבת זכר למעשה בראשית שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
Our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal God, let your holy Sabbath remain our heritage, that all Israel, hallowing your name, may find rest and peace. We praise you, O God, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Eternal God, establish this sanctuary dedicated to your holy name, so that the worship offered within its walls may be worthy of your greatness and your love. May every heart which seeks your presence here find it, as did our people in the temple on Zion, that this house may be a house of prayer for all peoples.
God our Creator, hear our prayer and bless us.
Have compassion upon all the house of Israel. Preserve us from sickness, from war, from strife. Keep us from hatred and uncharitableness toward our neighbors, and grant that dwelling in safety and walking in uprightness, we may enjoy the fruit of our labors in peace.
God our hear our prayer and bless us.
Be with all who spend themselves for the good of humanity and bear the burdens of others, who give bread to the hungry, clothe the naked, and provide shelter for the homeless. Establish, O God, the work of their hands, and grant them an abundant harvest of the good seed they are sowing.
Hear our prayer and bless us.
Bless our children, O God, and help us so to fashion their souls by precept and example, that they may ever love the good and turn from evil. Revere your teaching and bring honor to their people. May they guard for future ages the truths revealed to our ancestors.
God our friend, hear our prayer and bless us.
We give thanks for the freedom that is ours, and we pray for those in other lands who are persecuted and oppressed. Help them to bear their burdens and keep alive in them the love of freedom and the hope of deliverance. Uphold also the hands of our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. Cause a new light to shine upon Zion and upon us all, that the time may come when your Torah will go forth from the house of Israel, your word from the tents of Jacob. We praise you, our God, whose presence gives life to our people Israel. We gratefully acknowledge that you are our God and the God of our people, the God of all generations. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age.
We thank you and sing your praises for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness. Your mercies never end. You are compassion. Your love will never fail. You have always been our hope. Praise be the eternal God, to whom our thanks are due.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Until this point in the service, the prayers have been words that have been given to you by our ancestors. At this point in our service, we continue with prayers from our own hearts as we take a moment to pray our own prayers silently. Oseh shalom b'marom la'am, Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom b'marom la'am, Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. At this time in our service, our prayers and our hearts turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of the prayer book. Included in our prayers from our congregational family are Carl Bagey, Carrie Bollinger, Val Gold, Susan Israel, Sister Mary Joan, Richard Kelly, Bernard Lobel, Jim Miller, Tim Mills, Jada Wynn, Justin Rutkowski, Joanne Smith, Phyllis DePongzi, Mark Waghalter, and Stephen Zelenka. If you have other names that you would like us to add to our prayers for healing, please call them out. for all the names that we have spoken out loud and for all those we hold in our hearts and choose not to say out loud, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. And it has become our tradition to add, Mishaberach Avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us, in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve. May they return home safely. And let us say, Amen. We are about to start our Torah service. Girls, you ready? No, sit. Hold on. I got to tell them something. We will take out the Torah scrolls. The girls will read from the Torah. This Torah, we are told, was written in the 1200s or 1300s. The script is magnificent. We have a few Torah scrolls for them to choose from, and they chose this one not just because of how old it is, and so they feel connected to many generations, but the handwriting is magnificent. Each Torah scroll is written by hand, and which makes it difficult. It's hard to practice from a Torah that's written by hand and kept in the ark all the time, but you will see they're doing a magnificent job. They each have their own section to read from the Torah. What happens here is that this is how big the Torah portion is for the week, and it covers, we're still in Genesis, so it's wonderful stories. Coincidentally, the story this week is about Jacob and Esau, who are twins, and it is that Esau had threatened to kill Jacob many, many years ago, but they've each now grown up and started families of their own, and Jacob is heading back home, but he's still a little bit afraid that Esau might kill him. And they come back together, or they're about to come back together. The section that they're reading from are two separate parts about the story before they see each other again. And they will explain later why they chose the section that they did. One of the things I want to point out that will happen during the service is that the Torahs are kept in this ark. The Torah is made up of the 5 books of Moses, as I said, written on a scroll, handwritten. It takes someone a year to write it. And we will take it out of the ark and we will march it around so that you can see that it's not something that is so holy that it's never accessible to us. We'll march it around and say, no, this is really part of us. And you will see that some people will see that Torah come by and will either use their hands and touch it or their prayer books and touch it. You ladies want to show me how we can do this?
Sure.
We're going to walk, we haven't practiced this, but they know what to do here. We're going to walk up this way and come back down this way, and not everybody is going to be able to reach that Torah from the ends. So if you're sitting at the end over there and you can't squish your way out to here, this is what will happen. Someone will get to touch the Torah and kiss, and they will pass on kiss electricity, we call it, like this. So you can make it all the way to the end that way, and it will be as if you touched the Torah all the way down. That was good. Even if it's hands, you can take that and touch hand or touch the book again. And that's how you could get to have the Torah kiss electricity. At this point in our service, we are going to open the ark. So this is it. So some people have been given honors. Most of the people who have been given honors have not done this before, so they're more nervous than Mackenzie and Grayson right now. But I'm going to call Harriet and Bethany to the bima, and we turn to page 141. Assembled at a mountain, our people, still bent from oppression, found your Torah, found your truth, and embraced the destiny that has shaped worlds. Help us still to shape the world according to your will. This is your part. Help us to teach and to learn, to hear your word anew, and to find in it our path to goodness and truth. We turn to the middle of page 142, and please rise as the ark is open.
El harachamim hetiva v'sonecha et Sion tivnei chamut
Havugod el Eloheinu, utnu chavod la Torah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Beit Yaakov, l'chu v'nelcha be'or Adonai, O house of Jacob, come. Let us walk by the light of our God. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. Gadlul Adonai iti, uneromim Shemo yachdav. O magnify the Eternal One with me, and together let us exalt God's name. We will sing what is found at the bottom of page 141 as we process.
Al Shelosha Devarim. Al Shelosha Devarim.
Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omed. Al Shlosha Devarim. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omed. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gmilut chasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gmilut chasadim. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omed. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omed. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omed. Thank you. You may be seated.
Okay. Okay, here I go.
Oh. Yeah, here they go.
Rabbi.
This is, yeah? What? I'm the one's in the middle. This one's, you the right-hand person. This one's, of the odds, I think this one's yours.
Okay.
It's hard with two. You'll notice that I think so far the trickiest part has been having to wait because they've got these really cool cues that you can't see so that they know when to start singing, which helps.
Okay.
Let's see. No, take a deep breath. Don't say, okay. They're really good at this. Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Yeah.
So this is, in some sense, the fact that they have been practicing since third grade to be able to lead the service is pretty impressive that they've done what they've done so far. All of that Hebrew and things, that's impressive. Reading from the Torah is potentially the most impressive thing that they do. There's no vowels, no punctuation. It's written by hand. But the most important thing that they're doing today is not the reading from the Torah as much as the blessing of the Torah. This is the thing that an adult Jew does, and it's one of the highest honors that we can give someone. So we say, I left my book over here with everybody's names on there. Being called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. Ta'amod Zahara Yosefa bat Avraham Avinu bat mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamelech le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bahar banu min kol hamin. V'natan lanu et Toratov. Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Okay. Vayira Yaakov ma'od, vayetzer lo. Va'achatz et ha'am asher ito, ve'et hatzon, ve'et habakar, ve'hagamalim, lishnei machanot. Vayomer im yavo esav el hamachaneh ha'achat, ve'ikahu, ve'haya hamachaneh ha'nishar lifleitah. Vayomer Yaakov, Elohei avi Abraham, Ve'Elohei avi Yitzchak, Adonai ha'omer Eli, Shuv la'artecha v'la'artetecha ve'tiva imach, Kentonti mikol ha'asadim, mikol ha'emet, asher asita et hadecha, ki v'makli avarti et hardin hazeh, ve'ata hayiti lishnei machanot, hazileni na mi'arahi. Miyadesav, ki yare anochi oto, hen yo v'ikani bani, va'ata amata, hitiv etiv imach, v'samti et zaracha kahol hayam, asher lo yisafer merov, v'lalin sham balalachahu, v'yichrach min habah biado min ha'olesav achi. Izim, where is it?
So you were right there, you're pointing to it.
Good. Izim matayim, v'taishi mesrim, v'feilim matayim, v'eilim mesrim. Gimalim menikot uvenechem shloshim, parot avaim uvarim asara, no esrim uvarim asara. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan v'okteinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. That was the best I've ever heard. That was incredible. That was slow. I understood every word, even the tricky words. There are words in there that professionals can't say, and she did them all correctly. That was really impressive. All right, we find your part now. Mm-hmm.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamelech le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amin, v'natan lanu et Toratov. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
I'm sorry.
Amen.
There's something important that I forgot to do before you said the blessing, and it's really important that we do this today. I have to call you up by your new name. She chose a brand new Hebrew name for this, and we forgot to call her up before she started reading it. We were so excited about this. So I have to say, and then you've already done the blessing, but I have to say her new name. Ta'amod Yisraela Rachel bat Avraham Avinu bat Mitzvah. It's okay.
Vayikra Yaakov. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Vayivater Yaakov levedo vayavek ish imo ad elod hashachar. Vayar ki lo yahol lo vayiga b'chaf yereho vateka kaf yerech Yaakov v'heyakov imo. Vayomer shacheni ki Allah hashachar. Vayomer lo ashalecha ha ki im baratani. Vayomer Elav ma shemecha vayomer Yaakov vayomer lo Yaakov vayomer
Yeah, no, Od. Mm-hmm. Od.
od shema shimcha ki im Yisrael ki sarita im Elohim v'im anashim v'tuchal v'yishal Yaakov v'yomer hagita na shamecha v'yomer lama zeh tishal lishmi v'yivarech oto sham. Baruch atah Adonai.
If you do that, Millie, you're going to get messed up. It's okay. We always do that. So you did, huh? Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'ke'olam nata b'torheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Good job, Mackenzie.
Woo. We don't usually clap, but you deserved it, ladies. I warned the kids that I had this terrible, because you're afraid of making mistakes, and I say everybody makes mistakes, and that the mistake I made for my bat mitzvah is I said the blessing before, I said it before and after I've read the Torah. She was reading all the right words. She didn't say the wrong blessing. She was just doing the wrong melody. She was going to get to the next line and because it was the wrong words, so that's why we stopped her. But she was saying all the right words. We need now to call up the dresser and the lifters, the lifter and the dressers. Come on up. And if you think the girls were nervous, wait till you see how the lifter is. Because if he drops it, we all have to fast for 40 days, and he knows it.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
When we lift the Torah up, you can turn to page 140. What page is that on? 145, where we'll be singing for a moment. But everybody, please rise as the Torah is lifted.
V'zot HaTorah
Asher Sam Moshe Lifnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai B'yad Moshe. You may be seated. He didn't drop it. We're good.
Yay!
Thank you.
The Torah portion this Shabbat is from the book of Genesis. My selection begins at chapter 32, verse 8.
Breathe. Breathe. Go.
I think I'm a little too fast. And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people who were with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels into 2 camps. And he thought, if Esau comes and attacks the first camp, then the remaining camp which is left shall escape. Then Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, eternal God who is saying to me, return to your land and to your birthplace, and I will deal well with you. I am not least of these mercies of all the truth which you have shown to your servant, for with my shepherd's staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I became 2 camps. Save me, I beg you, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I am afraid of him, lest he come and strike me, and the mother with the children. And you say, I'll surely do you good, and make your descendants like the grains of sand along the sea, which are too many to be counted. After staying there that night, he took what was at hand as a present to Esau his brother. 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 sheep and 20 rams, 30 camels with their young, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys and 10 young donkeys.
My Torah selection begins with the chapter 32, verse 25. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. And when the man saw he could not overcome him, he struck Jacob's hip socket, and Jacob's hip socket was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for dawn is breaking. And he said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. And the other said to him, What is your name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, No more shall your name be Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and human beings, and you have prevailed. And then Jacob asked him and said, Please tell me your name. But he said, Why is it that you ask for my name?" And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the place of the name Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared. The Haftorah today is from the prophet Hosea, verses 11:7 through 12:12. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar benvim tovim v'ratzav v'divrahem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'vinvei ha'emet v'tzedek. My people are bent on turning from me. They invoke Baal on the heights, but he cannot lift them up. How can I give you up, Ephraim? How can I let you go, O Israel? How can I make you like Admah or teach you like Zeboim? My heart has changed in me. All my pity stirs. I will not act upon my wrath. I will not turn to destroy Ephraim. For I am God and no mortal, the Holy One in your midst. I will not come with anger. They shall follow the Eternal, who roars like a lion. When God roars, children shall flutter from the west. They shall come from Egypt fluttering like a bird, from the land of Assyria, trembling like a dove. I will settle them in their homes, says the Eternal One. Ephraim surrounds me, it lies. The house of Israel will with deceit, while Judah stands firm with God and keeps faith in the holy angels. Ephraim tends to the wind, pursuing the east wind, ever multiplying falsehood and violence, now making a covenant with Assyria, and then sending oil to Egypt. The Eternal has arraigned Israel, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, repaying him according to his deeds.
In the womb, he seized his brother's heel. Grown up, he wrestled with a divine being. He wrestled with an angel and prevailed, and he cried out and frightened him who met him at Bethel, and there spoke with us. But in the truth, it was the Eternal, the God of the heaven's host, who designate is eternal. Now you must turn back to your back to your God. Hold steadfast love and justice, and continuously for your God. Like traders who use dishonest scales, who love to oppress, Ephraim said, "How rich have I become? I found wealth for myself. In all the labors they cannot find an offense, which is really a sin. But I, the Eternal, have been your God since the land of Egypt. I can make you live in tents again, as in the tabernacle. I spoke with prophets, heaped up visions, and through the prophets I spoke in parables. In Gilead there is wickedness, they have become worthless. In Gaal they sacrifice bulls. Their altars too shall be saved that keeps a stone on the furies of open flames."
There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sor kol ha'olamin, tzadik b'chol hadarot, ha'el ha'bedman, ve'anel v'naseh, ha'v'daber u'makayem, shekol devarav emet b'Saturday, al ha'torah, ve'al avodah, ve'al anim, ve'hayom ha'Shabbat hazeh, sh'natatat lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, l'kedushana l'necha, v'chavod tifaret, al chachol, Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu v'ilach, u'marim otach, yibarak shimcha l'tichol tamid olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh Shabbat. Oh. I chose this section of the Torah portion originally because I thought it was about numbers, and it was going to help me improve my Hebrew numbers because I'm good at numbers and I like numbers. Eventually, I realized also that about strategies, and I realized I can incorporate Pokemon and video game strategies and the understanding of Torah. In daily life, we use strategies in different ways. Some people use it for building something new. Some use it for education. Some others, like me, also use it in games, including video games. In my Torah portion, Jacob used it in self-defense. You learned in earlier person that Jacob stole Esau's birthright and that Esau had vowed revenge. In this week's Torah portion, Jacob is going back to his parents' home, afraid that Esau is really going to kill him. Jacob finds out that Esau and 400 of his men are heading towards him, and he is convinced that his brother is going to kill him. Instead of attacking or doing something harmful to Esau, Jacob used his own flock of possessions as a present for Esau. He sent them to Esau in small batches, dividing them up. So it looked like a very long presentation. It seems like a good strategy. Like in Torah, Pokemon makes you think of many strategies to use when you go against an opponent. On my team, I usually have an attacker, a medium-level defensive Pokemon, and a Pokemon with a really high speed. It's also good when you have a selection of types of Pokemon to choose from. That strategy usually works for me. The problem is, Jacob didn't have any of these at hand. He had his own family, his flock of animals, and his servants. Like I have to go and do when I'm gaming, Jacob used what he had and figured out the best thing to do in the situation at hand.
The simple meaning of my Torah portion is that Jacob wrestled with a man. Some people think that Jacob wrestled with Esau, or with himself, or with an angel, or with God. I think that the Torah challenged me to go deeper into thinking who Jacob really wrestled with. I think it challenges me about when I wrestle with God. When I wrestle with God, it's in my mind. I think about things that God has commanded and what I should have done or what I should do. I think about bad things that happen in the world, and I challenge God about how it could happen. When Jacob wrestled with God, he was physically hurt by the struggle. When Jacob struggled with God, God didn't change, but Jacob did. I think the same thing is true when I struggle with God. I don't think that God ever challenges me when we are struggling together. I think I do change. After a long struggle, when Jacob survived, he was given a blessing to change his name. He became Israel, which means he struggled with God. I recently got a new name too, when I became Jewish. I love that I am part of the children of Israel now. I am proud that my Torah portion for my bat mitzvah is about becoming Israel. Israel is not just Jacob's new name. It's who we are. It's the beginning of a long line that continues all the way through me and hopefully through my children and their children and beyond.
Thank you all for coming to see our special day.
To our friends, thank you for coming and being there for us at school.
We love hanging out with you all and living through all my Pokemon talks.
To our family out of town,
thank you
for coming.
We love you.
To our B'nai Zion family, thanks to everyone, especially Mr. Mitch, Miss Sheila, Miss Harriet, and Mr. J.
Miss Bethany, Miss Jody, Miss Anna, and Miss Amy. Thank you
all for treating us like family. Aunt Maxine and Uncle Rusty, thank you for being our best vacation buddies ever. And being our South Texas home away from home.
Aunt Maxine, we love the food you cook, and we love when you braid our hair.
Uncle Rusty, when we wake up early, we love that we can talk to you. Thank you for being my big buddy, Giga Maggies.
Aunt
Jennifer, Uncle Brian, Jay, and George. Thank you for giving us Hanukkah presents.
And supporting our Jewish journey.
Nanny.
Thank you so much for loving us both a lot and all for you do for us.
We are so lucky to have you in our life. We love you.
Grammy.
We love hearing the stories that you tell us about when you were young.
And letting us stay past bedtime not telling Mommy.
Granddaddy, you're just amazing.
You're the best snack finder ever.
We love when you tell us all the bad things Mommy did when she was little. It's fun.
And for letting us be our best girls ever.
Thanks for all the Reese's peanut butter cups we eat together.
Angie.
Thanks for being our best movie buddy.
Yeah, I forgot that.
And thanks for taking me to all the soccer games Mommy couldn't take me to.
And keeping Mommy from going crazy. We love you so much.
You are so special to us.
And Polly and MK.
Thank you for being the minute we were born.
And every second since.
We are glad that you are the family Mommy chose.
Stina and Gerald.
Thanks for being our
Your
happy belly buddies.
We love listening to Kelly Clarkson with you.
It's been fun when you take us to the Magic Time Machine in Dallas.
And playing Just Dance on the Xbox.
and for being our first wedding. We love you guys.
Rhonda.
Thanks for being our mama.
And coming to see all of our birthday parties.
We love coming to see you and Peyton in Houston. We love listening to Rascal Flatts with you.
And we enjoyed the times we went to Dave and Buster's.
And Mama, you know how much we love you. Mommy, you have always been there for us, and we love that. All the bumps in the road have been hard, but we all go through it together like a team.
You encourage us to do our best and be our best. We love you for that. We love going shopping with you, and we love when we go eat at Carrabba's.
We worked our hardest for this bat mitzvah, and you worked your hardest to make it the most special day it could be for us. Everything has turned out the exact way we wanted. We love you with all our hearts. Rabbi.
She ran away.
Get the sheep, Mackenzie.
Thank you for teaching us about Judaism and the Torah.
Thank you for being so respectful for us, how we are so different and how we are so alike.
Having you all to ourselves for the last 6 months has been fun. We'll miss our special weekly visits with you. We love you.
Love you too, girls. I mean, Mackenzie and Grayson Mackenzie. At this time, you're still not quite done. At this time, your moms are going to come up, and they have something special they want to say to you.
Do we put this on?
Yep, you can put that. Wait, I need it, actually.
I think I need some water.
You can have water first before moms come up. Crash. You need to talk into the microphone no matter how loud you think you are, Mama. You know, talk into the microphone.
Okay, got it situated.
You're done.
Yeah, just about.
See, I told you this having a baby thing would work out.
Go to the microphone. Mama, to the microphone, please.
Speak to the mic.
Thank you for everyone who's here today, especially those of you who traveled a long way to be here with us. Thank you. To our B'nai Zion family and to Rabbi, thank you for making this a home for us and for helping make them the women that they are becoming. I know. To our amazing, amazing daughters. We could not be more proud of you. You are a miracle in our life. You are everything that we ask for and hope for. We are amazed and taught and humbled every day by how amazing you are. We're going to bless you, and then we're going to sit down. Put your hand on your shoulder. Yisimek Elohim Kesara Rivka Rahel Valea. May God bless you both and keep you. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. May you both feel God's presence within you always. May you know peace, may you know joy, and may you know health. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much.
You're almost done.
Getting there.
It's almost Sunday.
That's what it was.
Trying to say it's almost Sunday.
Yeah, it's almost Sunday.
It's already Saturday.
Yay.
At this time in our service, we need to return the Torah to the Ark. So I invite you all to please turn to page 146 as I call up our Torah opener, our Ark openers. As you just leave, yeah, you can turn it off if you want, and just leave it there. I'll take care of it. Turn to page 146 and please rise. Yehalelu et Shem Adonai ki niskav shemo levado. Let us praise the eternal God whose name alone is exalted.
Hodo haleres v'shamayim, v'yoren keren le'amo, tehila lecho chasidav, v'ifnei Yisrael, am kero. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
God's teaching is perfect, reviving the soul, making wise the simple. God's precepts are right, delighting the mind. God's mitzvah is clear, giving light to the eyes. God's doctrine is pure, enduring forever. God's guidance is true and altogether just. Behold, a good doctrine has been given to you, my Torah. Do not forsake it. It is a tree of life to those who hold it fast, and all who cling to it find happiness. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace.
Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva, Chadesh yameinu, yameinu kekedem.
When the ark is closed, you may be seated.
Good job.
Everybody did a good job. At this point in our service, we are going to call up the representatives of our congregation to congratulate the girls, and we are going to start with the sisterhood, please. Bethany Sorky is our president of the sisterhood. I get this right. I got it wrong last time.
Well, that was just thrilling. On behalf of B'nai Zion Sisterhood, congratulations, that was wonderful. Welcome to Sisterhood, you'll be getting your dues statement. So I have some good news and some better news.
Okay.
The good news is your candlesticks are on their way from Israel. I spoke to a nice man in Tel Aviv last week who said, that's strange. But now I hear they're on the way. And the better news is when they come, we can get together and do something fun. And
yay.
present them to you, and I hope you'll have them by your first Shabbats,
Me too.
when you will be
Yeah.
adults and be able to use them and light candles, and they'll
Yeah.
be yours to help you create a Jewish home and celebrate Shabbat. So this is a promissory note for sisterhood. See you soon.
Now call up the ex-Brotherhood president for life. He becomes kind of the pseudo-president for life now.
Mackenzie and Grayson, I've known y'all since your first day that y'all came into our congregation. We met in the parlor with the conversion of your mother, Holly. The rabbi told you were too young to commit to Judaism at that time, but you consider yourself Jewish. And at the proper age, you can make your final commitment. Today, you made that commitment with your bar mitzvah. We have had a friendship from that day, and had a special relationship. We have never failed to give me a hug or a kiss or a smile when I saw you. no matter what was going on. I cannot tell you how proud I am of you, and I am at this day on your bar mitzvah, and you both have done such a wonderful job. I'm proud to give you a prayer book from the B'nai Zion Brotherhood for you to keep for the rest of your life, and to remember this day, and to remember that B'nai Zion is your religious home forever. Gracie, it's yours with your name printed on the front. And Mackenzie, this is yours with the front name front. Y'all shouldn't be able to mix them up because they got the names printed.
No, we won't.
And most of all, I love y'all and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Mitch. We now call, no, you don't get to sit down, I'm sorry.
Not yet?
Not yet. Now we call upon the president of the congregation to give you something from the congregation.
Girls, congratulations.
Thank you.
On behalf of the B'nai Zion congregation, this was a job well done, and we thank y'all. This was indeed a wonderful performance. Y'all did a fantastic job. I was not blessed with girls, but I can see why now. But as much as y'all love each other and y'all love your mothers, I hope y'all take that love and carry it through to your love of Judaism and love of this congregation. Y'all did a marvelous job, and we certainly are very honored and blessed to be a part of your life at this particular hour. We're going to give you a certificate that says, in becoming a bat mitzvah, you have accepted the privileges and responsibilities of being a Jew. That is lifelong Torah study and the keeping of mitzvah, Shabbat, holy day, and life cycle observances, participation in the life of the synagogue, the Jewish community in Israel, dedication to Tekim Olam, the perfection of our world. This is a beautiful certificate. We also give you a $250 gift certificate that will allow you to spend it going to Israel in the future, we hope. Like I said, you girls have done a marvelous job. I know this is just the beginning, and I say this at every B'nai mitzvah or B'nai mitzvah or bat mitzvah, but this is indeed the beginning. Y'all have started. I know you feel like you've accomplished a lot, but this is just the beginning. Thank your mothers. I know they pushed you and worked you, and we thank the rabbi.
Harsh.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, we have to thank everyone here, too.
There you go. And so this is wonderful. A job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now the ladies can sit down, and the president will, I'll take that. I'll put it away for you.
What do you want?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so Shabbat Shalom, y'all, and Mazel Tov. What we'll have after this, we'll have a celebratory luncheon hosted by Holly and Rhonda Nash. Remember to vote. The polls close at 8, but Shabbat ends around 5:30. Tomorrow, if you shop at Barnes & Noble, please mention that you'd like to benefit B'nai Zion. We're going to make latkes this Wednesday and next Wednesday, starting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to use these to help serve at the religious school party, the Onik Shabbats, and the visits to the retirement homes. Next Friday, Tammy Courtney and Kathy Plant will celebrate special birthdays. We'll have a Tot Shabbat next Saturday, and next Sunday we'll have join the Jewish War Veterans Group to get ready for a Mitzvah Day. The December 16th book club meeting is canceled, and they will meet again on January the 13th. So we have plenty going on. Please read the bulletin. Donations were made to B'nai Zion for the pulpit flowers in honor of Mackenzie and Grayson Nash by their family, and loving memory of Paul Silverblatt by Sam Silverblatt. Thank you.
Thank you. We're getting close to the end, ladies, but you're mostly done. I have something I have to say to you first. So let me just tell everybody what's going on next. I will be blessing the girls. I've got important words that I would like to tell them, after which we will open the ark. And this is not something that we practice. They may not even remember that this happens. But we'll be opening the ark so that I can bless them in front of the ark to remind them about their Torah responsibilities. as you've noticed, the tradition is that when the ark is open, you rise. So I'm going to ask you to be rising, and then we'll continue with our service right after that. But get up for a second. I have a few brief things I wanted to let you know. You did an awesome job. You know that, right? Yeah. I love the way they helped each other. They have worked really, really hard for as long as I've known them. But the last few weeks have been even harder. I think it's been a little bit stressful. I am embarrassed to say there have been a few meltdowns. And sometimes, I don't know that they notice this, but most of the meltdowns have been that they've helped each other and the other one says, "Stop helping me, I can do this." And so I can't tell you that even when you're melting down, I'm proud of you because you're working together. Because the Torah portion this week is about twins who each are unique and don't have as much in common as you have. And they wind up going their own separate ways. And I think that you ladies can go in any direction you want to go right now. And even if you wind up in separate directions, you know that you'll always be there for each other. I love that. I'm so impressed by how well you're there, how much you're there for each other. Your Torah portion was about strategies. And you both have very good Pokemon strategies that I know. We've been doing Pokemon strategies for as long as I've known them too. I happen to be unique in that I can talk Pokemon strategies with them. I play Pokemon too. But it's not just the strategies about Pokemon, because some of the strategies that you learned there are also the strategy, what? For life, are things that you use all the time. And I'm very, very proud of you because you also look in the Torah for strategies. It's kind of your FAQ place to go for strategies about life, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's also about struggles. And you have had your share of struggles at school, which doesn't mean that you have struggled in school. It's just that there's a lot of homework. And you do your homework, and you struggle with having to do homework and not getting to play Pokemon, right? And yeah, exactly. And complains. And you, yeah, that's struggling. You struggle with each other sometimes. Yes. But, and you've, yeah, yes. And you've struggled with many things. Parents, yeah, but just like when, as Mackenzie taught us, when you struggle with God or you struggle with each other or when you struggle with parents, when you win the struggle, it means you both win. Just like when you struggle with God. Not just one person wins, you both win. So we turned off your microphone, sorry about that. Yeah, that explains why nobody's laughing at your jokes. I'm sorry, only at my jokes. This is my turn right now. But I'm very proud of you. The name that Jacob got after struggling with something, a man or a god or an angel, something, which we'll figure out. It could have been a twin. The thing that they're back on again. Thank you, Max.
Okay.
The thing that he struggled with, he gets a name after he struggles, and the name was Yisrael. So they have only been Jewish for a few years now, and they have been working hard at being Jewish, and they are a special treat because they become models of what it means to choose Judaism every day. But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I don't know, this week's been a long week. Yeah. I think it was yesterday or the day before, Maybe it was the day before. We talked about, Mackenzie said, and they chose names that are magnificent names and names that tie them to their family and tie them to things that are important. But the day before yesterday, Mackenzie chose a new name for herself, her Jewish self. And as Mr. Mitch said, when they converted and they were young, they had to know that they're not officially converted until they make the decision to prove to their community that they want to be Jewish as adults. And that's what this day is. So she chose a new name, and this is part of the struggle, is that Grayson said, "That's terrible, you shouldn't choose new names, keep the name you have." So she got to keep the name she had, and it was beautiful. But Mackenzie got to choose a name that was more powerful to her, more meaningful. And she chose the name Yisraela, which is why it was important for us to call her up with her new name, because she struggled with God or with a twin or with something, and she survived. And it will reflect the fact that she is part of the people of Israel forever. That's right. So you survived these things. So with that, I am going to say a blessing for you in front of the open ark. I invite everyone to please rise. You will be turning to page 148 soon. Ladies, please open the ark for me.
That was funny, Mac.
It was funny. Okay, I get to come in here.
Our mic's gonna be off.
front of the Torah, in the new ark. I bless you. You realize how important this legacy is, that you are now our future of this legacy that comes from here and goes through you to the next generation. May God bless you both. May God protect you always. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you all the time. May God's face be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace forever. We are now on page 148. Come back here. You stay here. And we, for the Aleinu, face this way.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגדולי הרצות, ולא שנאנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל הרע, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We'll continue in the middle of the next page. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. You know this one because we sing this. You have gotten to stand up and open the ark for us. We usually let the ones under 13 open the ark for us. They've been doing that for years now. They may not get to do it as much in the future.
Wow.
But they will do more things. Just like your mom is here all the time helping with other things. Now you guys get to be here helping with other things. Here's the books. You don't have any books with you.
Nope.
Take these. Start using these.
Yay. Oh, wait, that's mine.
That's yours.
Thank you.
Start using that. At this time in our service, as is the custom, at joyous occasions, we especially remember those who have gone before us. And we will be turning to page 151 in a moment. But our congregation also acknowledges those who lost their lives serving our country in the past week. And this week, I am sorry to report to you that we lost Sergeant Major Wardell B. Turner, who served in the Army, and he was 48 from Maryland. And we lost Specialist Joseph W. Riley, who served in the Army. He was 27 from Ohio. And we lost Captain William H. Dubois, who served in the Air Force, and he was 30 from Colorado. May their memories be a blessing. I read them now before I read the names of those others who have been lost because who have come before us, because we usually don't say Kaddish for someone until after they've been buried, and my understanding is that they have not yet been buried. We also have lost a congregational family member. We lost Joel Vernon, whose funeral will be this coming week. The details will become available. Once they become available, we'll let you know. We turn to page 151. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We turn to page 153. In nature's ebb and flow, your eternal law abides. As you are our support in the struggles of life, so also are you our hope in death. In your care, O God, are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Your power gives us strength. Your love comforts us. O life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts. Fill us with trust in you and turn us again to the tasks of life. And may the memory of our loved ones inspire us to continue their work for the coming of your sovereign rule. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us during this past month. We remember Annette Goldberg, John Meyer, and Joanne Vedlitz. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. We are also remembering parents who died this year. We remember Deborah Richardson and Esther Nash Broadnax. Does anyone else have a family member who died this past month they would like us to remember? Does anyone else have a parent who died this past year they would like us to remember? We are also remembering those, the anniversary of whose death occurred this past week between Sunday till today. Included in our family are William Blumberg, Richard Bronner, Eva Cooperstein, Ike Kullick, Jake Avinsky, Melanie Goldstein, Mickey Holland, Max Kaliski, Frank Katzenstein, Donald Kern, Norman Cranston, Jane Leeds, Doris Levinson, Rosemary Pabst, Paul Shapiro, Paul Silverblatt, and Sam Wolf. Does anyone else have someone whose anniversary of whose death occurred this past week? In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish, which is a prayer of praise for God, is found on page 154. The translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu, la'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. Unless you were in a class with Grayson and Mackenzie in Hebrew school, that means anyone whose bar mitzvah was this, or bat mitzvah was this past year, or anyone whose bar bat mitzvah is this coming year, please come and join us. Yes, that means Josh, and yes, that means Garrett, and that means good Grant, and yes, and Lauren, and yes, and Bella, and yes, and Rachel. This is your gang. Come on up. You can make it jump. Sorry. You're going to help us by saying the motzi so that everybody can eat the luncheon that the family has provided. And I'm going to give you a microphone.
I think we're all
Grab the
hungry
bread.
right
You
now.
need bread. Grab the bread.
Oh, I got it.
Thank you, Grayson.
Let the person who likes bread a lot do it.
Yeah, let the person who likes the bread the most. That's a Pokemon-sized bread. It looks like a Pokeball. Ready?
We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
I got the tray. Everybody get some bread.
Oh my gosh.
There's not going to be anything left of this bread up here, everybody, but there's more out there, more challah for you. Out at the luncheon in the hall on the way to the other end. No, that's good. Thank you.
All right, guys.
You did a wonderful job.
Put that around.
Thank you, everybody, for supporting
put that.
this family, for worshiping us together on Shabbat. I invite you all to please rise for the closing
You guys try
benediction.
your best to split that. And that. Becca. Thank you. Thanks.
You want to help me bless everybody?
Yeah.
Watch, you can do this. Put your hand out like this, and it helps. Ready? Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Don't miss anybody. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace, Shabbat shalom, and lots of simchas. Siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, v'siman tov, siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, v'siman tov, siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, v'siman tov. Yehelanu Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Grayson. Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Yehel. Go get some lunch. L'chol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, L'chol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu.
Well, I was over Thanksgiving week. I was in. Oh, here I turned it off. There you go. Okay.